So if you're seeking success in life or in business, I have the book for you guys today. Now, my name is Marcus, this is Discover Ignite, and today we're doing a book review on a book called The Law of Success. Now, this book is written by Napoleon Hill, one of my favorite authors. So without further ado, let's get started. So I must say I am a huge Napoleon Hill fan. I have read many of his books, but he's most popular for the book called Think and Grow Rich, which if you're in any kind of business and you haven't read this book, I highly suggest you pick that book up. I do have to do a book review on that particular book, but I would highly suggest that you read it because it's all about the mindset, right? The mindset of, obtaining wealth, right? There are specific things that you really need to focus on and not allow, negative thoughts in your head that are going to pollute your head and, deter you from or straying from your path. And so that is a great book for that. This particular book is strictly about success, right? And it goes into a lot of different things, right? This book is like compiled of a bunch of, world leaders' thoughts and, how Napoleon Hill thought about, success. And because he had interviewed many people back in his day, to include, Dale Carnegie. And so it's important, right, to have that mindset and to go into success, especially when you're starting something that you don't know what you're doing, right, and you are unsure of what the future holds for you. So you got to have that successful mindset and do whatever it takes, right, to be successful, not, tear people down. And that's a big thing about the book that I liked about it. It said that you don't want to tear people down, right? You want to build, because if you, tear buildings down, then you'll be known as that person that tears people down, and your success will not last long, right? But if you can actually be that person that builds yourself, builds others, that you will achieve greater things, right, than just essentially trying to get the short-term success, right, as opposed to the long-term success that we all want to obtain. And again, it comes down to mindset. It comes down to, doing the right thing, and that's what the book is about. And learning about success is something that's an ongoing thing, right? And it always comes down to your morals and making sure that whatever you're doing is the right thing and you aren't going against, the people you're trying to serve. Because that's essentially how you're going to get the things you want, right? Is to be able to serve the people that have a need, right? And if you can serve those people and be extremely valuable to those people, you will see great success. And that's what it's all about. Again, not tearing people down and building people up. And that's what you want to do, right? And this is any aspect of your life, not just in business, but in life in general, right? You want to be able to be successful. Napoleon Hill always talks about this, right? He always talks about that you got to do more than you're asked, right? More than you're paid for. And for a lot of people, that's tough, right? Because you have other responsibilities. But if you really want to see the success that you desire, right? The big dream that you have to be able to put in more work, right? You have to be more valuable than what you're actually getting paid for. And yes, it will take time, right? Because initially you may be deterred because of the, whatever you are getting paid, but the more you continue to push yourself and provide a lot more value than what you're actually getting paid for, that will, come back to you in the end, right? That will come back and you will get tenfold, what you were wanting to achieve, right? And this is the biggest thing I got out of the book, was just that you have to really understand that you have to provide tons of value. And this is stuff I've done through my life. I've always tried to over provide value as much as possible, and then you see that in the back end, and this book just reiterates that, right? It reiterates the fact that you have to give it more than 110. You have to go like 200% and just try to give so much value that people are really appreciative of what you're doing, right? And they can see that, right? When they see that you're above par and you're trying to accelerate and you're trying to make everybody around you better, people see that, right? And people appreciate that, and people know that you are in it for the right intentions. And so again, this book is great for that, right? Now, as far as any cons for the book, I would have to say the cons for this book, considering it kind of jumped all over the place, right? It went from world leaders to, you know, just mindset and a bunch of different random things, but it all essentially came back to success, right? And I think maybe the transitions could have been a little bit better. I don't know if these were all the different, you know, articles he had written that was all gathered in one spot. I don't recall from the book if that's what they said it was, but I'm sure it was, because he wrote many different articles and newspapers and everything else back then that they all kind of compiled into one specific book. And so that's the only thing I thought was kind of like threw me off. Like they could have probably maybe divided the book up into, you know, a different series of books or something like that that pointed out different things. But I mean, it was good to have everything in one book, but nonetheless, that was kind of, it threw me a little off, but it was still a great book, especially on success. And as far as pros, obviously I've shared some pros. I love Napoleon Hill, and I love his mindset, because his mindset is one in which it all starts with mindset, right? You have to believe that you can achieve, right? Because if you come out of the gate thinking that you are not going to be successful, and you think that it's going to be a short-term win, that you're going to fail, right? And that's exactly it, is you have to think beyond whatever it is you're trying to achieve. You have to always have bigger hopes, bigger dreams, right? Because if you don't, and you know, you're gonna fall short, right? Because a lot of people lose motivation and they forget what their why was, and they forget that their willpower wasn't enough to continue to push them, right? So just his mindset, Napoleon Hill's mindset about success and everything, is just on par, and by far one of the best authors I have ever read, and I completely enjoy his stuff. So if you haven't picked it up, again, it is The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. I will leave it down in the comments if you guys want to check it out. Also, if you like this video, smash that like button, and until next time, I will see you guys later.